Welcome everyone. In this video, we're just going to do a quick reminder about ethical hacking. So if you are familiar with ethical hacking and this isn't your first foray or course, then this is something you're probably familiar with, and this will just be a quick reminder for you. And if you're not familiar with this, then definitely pay attention. So the first thing that I just want to go over or cover is that, of course, you should be following all of your local laws and regulations, and that, nothing in this course is meant to violate any laws or regulations. Of course, they do vary from region to region, so make sure you're aware of your regional laws and regulations, and if you're in doubt about any of it, then those should take precedence over anything in this course. The second point, this is a really important one, is that we should only be testing, practicing, and hacking on your own device. So in this course, we're going to actually be focusing on IoT devices, and we're actually going to be working on real physical IoT devices. We're going to be working on a router, and you should only target your own equipment or equipment that you have permission to test. And this is a really important one because with IoT devices, they're so ubiquitous now. They're all over the place. A lot of times they can have weak security and gaps or things like that in them, and it can be really tempting to even just poke around on other people's IoT devices, either your neighbors or things like that. And you may think that you can easily get away with it, but the consequences for it are very real and they're very big, so it's not worth it. Only test and only work on and only practice on either your own device or one that you have specific permission to be testing on. So the next point I want to talk about is practicing responsible disclosure. So this course actually uses a real world device for educational purposes, and because of that, I'm not actually going to be showing any specific vulnerabilities on it. We'll just be using it for testing and showing techniques, but we're not going to be showing any vulnerabilities because, of course, I feel like if I were to show any of those on this, then they would need to then be reported and then patched, and the firmware would be out of date already then by the time the course starts. However, if you are to uncover any potential vulnerabilities, either on the device that we're working on in this course, or when you move on, in your IoT and hardware hacking experiences and you work on other devices, then I really encourage you to practice responsible disclosure if you do come across any of those vulnerabilities. And if you're not sure how to do that, then just, do a quick Google search. There's lots of really good videos about how to properly do responsible disclosure. And then just as a final reminder and a catch-all, we should be responsible, ethical, and moral in all of our actions. And I think, those are just three really good things to follow. And, if we follow those, then that's going to cover, most of what we should be doing. So again, just a really quick reminder of how important these topics are and how important they are that you actually follow them throughout this course and in what you do. Thank you for watching this. That wraps up this video.